before rap thing. Is that echo?
Okay.
That was fine.
There were troubadours, and they told a message that you could understand. It wasn't blah, 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 blah. It kind of flowed with the song, the melody. Buddy Guthrie. How many know who Buddy Guthrie is?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so he was one of the first troubadours that I became acquainted with. And then there's Pete Seeger, there's Bob Dylan, Arlo Guthrie, Utah Phillips. I was listening to him yesterday. And I thought, hey, I saw him in person one time in Flagstaff. And he's right up there. He's still, I think he's still alive. Okay, so I wrote a bunch of stuff and I'm not even looking at it because I can't find anything that sticks out. Okay, let me see. Oh, I was going to start by saying, play it again, Sam, from a famous movie. Okay, yeah. So movies and music go together really, really well, especially musicals, like The Sound of Music. Do a deer, a female deer. Okay, I could go on and on trying to sing a little bit, and I do that during morning cafe quite a bit. When we say what the daily word is and discuss it, I have to have a daily song to go with it. So I usually do that. And Neil is gracious enough to find it on YouTube, which is my favorite go-to place to find anything I want, not just music, but especially music. I have over 300 playlists on YouTube. And each playlist has 100 songs. Okay, I'm not bragging. I hope I'm just, that's just what I like to do. So one of my songs that comes to my jukebox in my head a lot is when you walk through a storm, keep your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. How many know that one?
Yeah.
From Carousel, one of my favorites. And from South Pacific, you've got to be carefully taught.
Oh, yeah.
That one is very much in my mind these days. So, oh, and not so famous musical, Flower Drum Song.
Oh, yeah.
100 million miracles are happening every day. And I really believe that. So I'm going to end with Mamma Mia. I have a dream. I'm not going to try to sing it. That's what I have, a dream. Thank you.
Thanks, Wendy. Music shapes our lives. How sort of dull would our life be, uninspired without that? You know, when you hear Vangelis, you see those guys running down the beach in England. You know, I don't, for all of you who's watched that movie. My mom was the administrative assistant for the Dean of Music at ASU. And so we had classical music playing all the time. You go into the grocery store and you go, oh, Scheherazade, you know. So, and I love that because I love all kinds of music. So let's move on to sort of what I was talking about, how we can use not just music, but all kinds of sound and everything in our everyday life. You've seen how it uplifts people when they even mention those songs. You all had that resonance within you. And it is the medicine of the future. Einstein and Tesla, and I think even Thomas Edison said that the healthcare system of the future would be vibration, would be sound. And because it is so powerful, even ultrasound, Ultrasound is in that spectrum. It's just we don't hear it, but it is one of the healing modalities. So just real briefly, some of the positive effects of it, besides making you feel good, is it decreases heart rates and blood pressure. It increases your immune system. It causes the heart brain to come into coherence. And if you happen to have tuning forks or going on YouTube, you can look it up. There is something called a brain entrainment. And if you have a C and a G tuning fork, without getting all sciencey on you, it will entrain both sides of your brain. It helps release oxytocin and dopamines, especially important for Parkinson's people. They have been using drumming in some of the therapy sessions for Parkinson's because it helps them retain what is the beat of walking, what is the beat of moving my hand. Amazing stuff they're doing with it. Also in the area of Alzheimer's, something I came across a couple of years ago now. The area in your brain that stores music memory is one of the few areas that is not affected by dementia and Alzheimer's. And so the more music you listen to, then later on, if you had that problem show up, you will, when they play music from their younger eras to the Alzheimer's patients and to the dementia patients, you'll see them get up out of wheelchairs and start dancing with their caregivers. It is absolutely miraculous what it can do for balancing brain rhythms. So, and there's an interesting story that I came across many years ago when I was reading Sound Healing. This was one of the first books I read about it. After service, I have out some CDs and the books will be out there in case anybody wants to take a look. There was Benedictine monks in France, and it was after Vatican II when they were trying to streamline everything, and the new abbot said, well, we don't all need to sing Vespers and chant them for 8 hours a day, just so long as they are sung. And so they started rotating the monks only once a day to sing them, and they all got sick. And they thought they had an outbreak of something, and they cleaned the kitchen and they called in all the experts. And this story was relayed by one of the people that was called in to find out why were the monks getting sick. And one of the old monks came up and said, please let us go back to chanting. And they did, and they all got well. So it very much is part of our healthcare system. So when we get out of tune, like I said earlier, every organ in your body, every cell, every part has a specific resonant frequency that in a healthy state, this is how it vibrates. And you literally can get yourself out of tune from trauma or from illness, whatever. And so a lot of these are to help you get back into tune so that the symphony that is your body can resonate correctly in a healthy way. So one of the simplest and easiest, I found this so many years ago, 35 years ago or so, is to tone in the shower. The shower stall is awesome. It echoes off the walls. No one sounds bad in the shower. And so if you think of the chakras running up your body, and we've talked about chakras a lot before, and even if you don't know the vowel sounds, just do the do, re, mi. You know, do, re, mi, fa. Sorry, I know that was off key for Phyllis, who's in the back, who hears perfect pitch. And stand there. You know, you're going to be in the shower anyway. You're going to be washing your hair. You might as well do sound healing while you're in there. It's a great way to either start the day or calm yourself down so you can go to sleep at night. The other thing I like to do while I'm singing in the shower, that song Singing in the Rain just popped into my head, is some of the affirmations that I have about my life. And I assume most of us in this community have affirmations that we are working with. It is more powerful to sing your affirmations. So while you're in the shower, let's see, I am trim, fit, healthy in every way. And so if your sentence ends on the upbeat, it's very uplifting. And if you need to calm down because your monkey mind is growing, you can do the reverse. I'm at peace and calm, but singing them makes them so much more powerful. So next is humming with intention. We did that humming workshop years ago. I don't know how many people were in that one. But the idea of setting an intention that I am going to hum into my right knee, because maybe it's feeling a little achy. And so as you begin to hum, you intentionally send that vibration to your knee. And these are all, most of these things I'm going to be talking about are things you can do. You don't have to have any fancy bowls and drums, and I'm just addicted to that. So the other thing, number 3, a number of us journal, but how many of you have taken your journal and stood in front of a mirror and read your journal to yourself? It's very powerful to look yourself in the eye and speak your truth out of your journal. And you say, well, that doesn't really sound like sound healing. Yes, your voice is the best thing to help you heal. It is tuned to your body. And the more you use it, the more that opens up the throat chakra so that you can speak your own truth. So try reading your journal to yourself. When I did it the first time, I started to cry. Okay. So a lot of these things are when you're in the figure 8 and you're sort of stuck down here and you're like, I don't even want to think about it. I don't want to journal. I just want to sit here with my cup of coffee and not do anything. So all of these are simple things that can be done to help shift where you are. You can push a button and hit play. You can start to hum. These are all things to help get you unstuck. So both Mary Ann and Tom did an awesome job of basically talking to us about a playlist and to create playlists for different times to help lift you up. Fun, beautiful songs, don't worry, be happy. Or inspirational things like some of the classics. This book here by Barry Goldstein, he's also a musician and a composer. Secret Language of the Heart. It also will be on the back table. He has playlists throughout this whole book. And in the back of it, he has various diseases and playlists and suggestions, because he's a studier of harmonics and frequency. And so there are resources available to you to find music that helps vibrate at a particular frequency to help whatever is going on in your body. Awesome book. And we also had the humming effect. This one will be in the back. One of my favorites, having to do a little bit with the CG tuning forks that I introduced. And that's binaural beats. And that is when one ear is hearing something slightly different than the other ear. Just so happens CG is sort of a master combination. When you, especially when you have headphones on, it causes your brain to go, wait a minute, left ear, are you hearing what I'm hearing over here in the right? And the right ear, well, I think that's different. It forces it to go to this area in the brain called the corpus callosum, and to come into resonance for the right and the left side of the brain. But it's not just the right and left. They have found, the acoustic researchers, it balances top to bottom brain function and front to back. So having a good set of headphones and listening to binaural beat music can completely, well, there are a lot of people that say they go into out-of-body experience, so you might want to be careful with that. If you're prepared for it, it's fun and it's awesome. But it resyncs both sides of the brain, front, back, top, bottom. And you can find it on YouTube, Marianne. You just type in binaural beats and put on your headphones. I wanted to make all these things pretty easy. Drumming, you don't have to have a drum. Again, you can go on YouTube, listen to drumming. And like I said, it's particularly helpful for people with Parkinson's or any sort of tremors. What do they call it? Idiopathic tremoring, to help get the entire body into sync. There's a reason why the native tribes around the world use drums to get everybody entrained together in their ritual, in their circles. It got everybody's heartbeat beating the same. It got brains in sync. So if you're feeling really scattered on a day, try drumming. Chimes. Kay has a set of beautiful chimes. Bowls are considered chimes. The same kind of process. They resonate at different frequencies. And as you become a more advanced student of listening, you begin to hear the harmonics. The researchers have found that it is the harmonic effect that really is the most beneficial to the body. And so you don't just hear a single note. In research, when they took out all the harmonics and only played the pure single note, you couldn't tell if it was a violin or a piano or a guitar. It is these other overtones and harmonics that give you that idea of, oh, that's a tuba. So chimes, drums, all of it. And the last two, you might not think of as vibrational, but that's being out in the sunshine, grounding to Mother Earth, doing that earthing, standing barefoot, and allow the 7.83 hertz of Mother Earth to vibrate back up into your body. Also, like Tom was talking about, yoga, Tai Chi, Qigong moves that vibration through all of your energy meridians, causing you again to come back into balance. So I know that's a lot of data. We are going to do an extended meditation now. And I'll do a series of affirmations along with it. So if you can set aside now your thinking brain, all that stuff I just told you, taking a few deep breaths, and we'll start a little softer, and then when I'm done speaking, you can increase the volume, Tom.
All right. Jump there.
Okay.
All right. Now we're good.
Grateful for this time to sit and be. Just gently allow that breath naturally flow in and out, whatever is your rhythm. Exhale dizziness. want to use all of the sound healing techniques that we can. And as a more gentle way to come back, we're going to sing a song. We usually do this before meditation, but I thought it was a soft way to come back after that.
You are the heart. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are and all we do is a blessing to the world. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are and all we do is a blessing to the world. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth, and who I am and all I do is a blessing to the world. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth, and who I am and all I do is a blessing to the world. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth, and who I am and all I do is a blessing to the world. I'm a blessing to the world. I'm a blessing to the world.
To live from that place that we are blessings to the world. And that's so true. And so I'll leave you with a final thought here from Pythagoras. We all kind of from school knew about the Pythagorean theorem. He was a mathematician. But he was a mathematician so that he could investigate the sacredness of sound. And in this book, they recreated something that for 2,000 years, no one could figure out what it was. Thank goodness Plato wrote his stuff down when he was studying with Pythagoras. You can look at it later in the back. It's a chart that is nothing but musical notes. Maybe Phyllis understands it more than I do. Fifths and thirds and octaves and sharps and all of that. And years ago, 30 years ago, when Purdue University at that time had the biggest computers, they fed this in and asked the computer, what is this? And what the computer's best guess at what it is, it's a diagram of the world soul. that the soul of the earth is this magnificent symphonic collection of notes sung by Mother Earth, by Gaia. You'll have to look at that later. So thank you all. Let's take a breath and move into the rest of service here. It is time for gifts and offerings. And after all of this, as we've been in altered state, it may be a challenge to shift back into being here present. But you can take your gift in your hand. And perhaps you had a message come to you in that silence. Maybe you want to charge up your gifts with your intentions, whatever it was that came through for you. And together, oh, okay, if you're, sorry, I'm spaced out too. If you're online, the instructions for donation are on the screen there. You can go to unityofpayson.org and go to the donate button. Here in person, Rick will be passing our little basket. And so let's charge them up with our intention. As we say our affirmation, freely we give and freely we receive. And our offering song is so connected, and aren't we?
You and I are so connected, heart to heart, a golden thread. Through it we can feel love. Through it we unite as one. You and I are so connected, heart to heart, a golden thread. Through it we can feel love. Through it we unite as one. You and I are so connected, heart to heart, a golden thread. Through it we can feel love. Through it we unite as one. You and I are so connected, heart to heart, a golden thread. Through it we can feel love. Through it we unite as one. You and I are so connected,
So much fun this morning. I really want
heart to heart, a golden thread.
That's fine. Okay, it is time to dedicate the offering. And most of us know this by heart. We bless the givers, we bless the gifts as it goes out into the larger community with your intention on that little wavelength. So together, divine love through us blesses and multiplies all that we have, all that we give, and all that we receive. We are abundantly prosperous, and we give thanks. And now we have an interesting little segment. Hopefully this all works when Tom can catch up here. It's connection time, and I don't have a screen in front of me. So, and let's see. Well, we're going to greet everybody online first, and we'll turn the camera so we can put it on your shining faces. So, hi Ed, good morning. Hi Kathy. There's Joy, there's Kay, Frosty, Barbara, and Sherry. Do I know Sherry B? Marianne? She knows everybody, Marianne. Hi Frosty.
Okay.
Hi, everybody. So good to see you all. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it all came through okay. And I'm gonna begin to start rotating here.
Mr.
Okay,
Tom.
there's Mr. Tom on AV. Yay. Hey, Tom. We have Claudette and Scott. And then we have, yay! Sandy's here with her mom, Holly. Hi, Holly. And Phyllis is in the back, and you won't see Rick, he's the one moving the camera. And then we have Joanne and Mary Ann and Terry and Lloyd.
Lloyd, welcome.
All right.
Welcome.
Lloyd. Oh,
So let's
welcome.
come on back
Lloyd.
around. Eventually. Oh, let's see, I must have announcements. Well, first of all, this is our last time that we'll be meeting here. We will be meeting next Sunday at the Methodist Church. And we are encouraging people to park in the lower level parking lot that's right on Easy Street, because the two doors adjacent to that are the closest to the meeting room that we will be in. We will be in their fellowship hall, and our two little swing signs will be out to direct you. We will have somebody out there. So be sure about that. And the new theme for next month that Neil has chosen is integrity. I am by nature a divine expression. I speak the truth in love and live in harmony with my values. And Reverend Neil will be speaking. And his talk title is Sound Values Truly Spoken. And so, we have some reoccurring events, and I'll just run through those quick. And so we have morning cafe, Monday through Saturday at 9:30. We have the Qigong and Tai Chi by Teresa on Sundays and Wednesdays at 4:30. The cards and games over at Kay's every Thursday at 1. The gathering at Kay's usually every Sunday at 1. It's not on today. And we always have the opportunity for organic gardening down at Shanti Olmsted down in Geisela. And so, like I said, the gathering is canceled for today. I don't know if Neil was able to get on for PS. All right, so I guess the only PS is when you leave, don't leave anything here, because we're going to be sure that all of our stuff is out, because we're going to be turning in our key to Board of Realtors. So next Sunday over at the Methodist Church, and we're very excited about it. Yes, Terry.
Can you ask Kay if there's going to be a gathering next Sunday?
That is the plan.
That's
Yeah.
the plan, okay.
That would be the 5th.
The 5th, okay.
June 5th, the gathering should be back on
Okay.
right before my next eye surgery. So it's been interesting. Thank you for being patient, because I have one eye that focuses and one eye that's blurry. So that's been a challenge here. So let's circle up for our peace song and the prayer for protection. Can we turn this around?
Sure.
And I can join.
I'll just be the camera person here.
Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that is meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Now we walk with each other in perfect harmony.
love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. And the presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is.